between year 3 and 5 is one of the most difficult in the business world. I'm on year 4. I lost a whole neighborhood, and I was getting the equipment off the trailer, and one guy said, "So, who'd you vote for in the last election?" I walk in there, and the first words out of their mouth are, "Yellow dog." A lot of people are starting to wheel the money in right now. You want a better life. You want a better life for your family.
Are you ready to kick back and get inspired? Grab your favorite drink, pop the top, and join the Side Hustle Squad with Mike Garvey and Larry Delasante. This podcast is the perfect resource for anyone who's already started their side hustle or is just considering taking the leap. With in-depth interviews featuring guests from the green industry and beyond, you'll gain valuable insights and learn what it takes to succeed in running a business while juggling a full-time career. From personal stories to practical tips, the Side Hustle Squad podcast has everything you need to turn your passion into a thriving business. Now, here's your Side Hustle Squad hosts, Mike Garvey and Larry Delasante.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is your host, Larry Delasante, with the Side Hustle Squad podcast. Coming from you from Branded Bull Studio here in Pod Row at the Expo in Louisville, Kentucky. We are here with our guest, Perry Phillips from YellowDog Lawn Care. Glad to have you on.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me back on.
Not a problem. How's everything going?
Good.
Good?
Good. Third time.
How long have you been here so far?
Been in the parking lot about 2 hours. Sending some emails.
What have you been doing?
What kind of emails? Anything good?
No.
Business or just like...
I've been in the parking lot for the last 2 hours.
Is it like
stalking
business emails or like you on like a dating app or something? Like what kind of emails you doing?
No. We don't do the dating apps. No. Sending a lot of emails, canceled my gym membership.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It looks like you've been going.
Well, I've been going somewhere, but not to the gym.
Yeah. Well, depends. So tell us about yourself, like for people who haven't heard.
Yeah, well, you've been on a prior episode, but for those two prior episodes,
yeah.
So this is the third time. So let's give us a recap for those of you that don't know.
All righty, my name is Perry Phillips from Nashville, Tennessee. Run YellowDog Lawn and Holiday Lighting right now. Headed for a rebrand in 2025 with the business.
Cool.
Some things changed up. We realized we had our hands in one too many pots, so we're going to try to phase things down a little bit and just focus on two specific areas.
The
lawn and lighting. That's it.
And that will be then the YellowDog will the name.
We're still going to stick with YellowDog.
YellowDog, but you're going to incorporate the lighting
yes.
part into the name.
I
like that.
Instead of doing holiday lighting, we want to do lighting year-round. A lot of landscape lighting, a lot of permanent lighting. That's an avenue that we want to get into.
Right. Awesome.
So, yeah, that's where we're headed now.
That's great. I mean, you're in the right spot for all the vendors for lighting, right? Different, all the. I mean, the it's not like how it used to be.
No,
it's completely different.
Oh, whenever the parking lot's full at 10 a.m., there's a lot of people here to see a lot of people and to do a lot of things and to grow their business.
Yeah, for sure.
So, well.
I completely agree. Are you going to do like a lot of the lighting also like in the soffits? There's all that new color changing stuff that came out and for the holidays, like you could have it for Halloween, Easter, like all that. Is that kind of what you're getting into?
Yes. We're actually going down that route. We're giving a lot of quotes for that, but there's a lot of big box store brands that everybody equates that to. Ours is not the big box store brand. It's all custom. It's a lifetime warranty as long as you own the home. 50,000 hours, lifetime workmanship. I guarantee the product.
Okay. And it probably is it's not like a one-fits-all type of thing. So now you're custom cutting wires.
Yes.
You're making sure stuff's hidden.
Yes.
Where if you just buy something at big box store, you're getting what you get, and that's
exactly
it. You're
right.
trying to tuck stuff away. It's going to be a clean look.
This is a clean look to where we match it under the soffit. I actually have a large demo kit I'll take to someone and actually hand them the app and be like, all right, play with it.
That's great.
What do you want to make?
That's great.
Yeah. And the app is currently evolving. I think one of the things that they're having trouble with the app is sports teams. I talked to someone and they're like, yeah, you know how many shades of red there are? I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, whoa, we just can't have red for Alabama.
Right, we need that.
We need crimson.
Oh, God.
We got to have crimson.
Well, it's going to get, I guess that's pretty much attention to detail.
Yes.
Yeah.
For someone, that's very important.
Yeah.
So if you could give them that product, they might buy it, where someone else might say, I'm not buying it because it's not that color.
That's exactly right.
So, I mean,
that's exactly right.
It's probably important. What made you really decide to go this route? Like, what made you change, what you're kind of doing before and go all in on this a little bit?
One is, hate for this to sound bad, but the saturation of the market with the profit margins with the lawn care, to where we're starting to get a lot of chuck in the trucks. And I know everybody says that, but it's what my minimum fee to drop a ramp for, someone else will do it for less than half. And I can't compete with that. When you're showing up with a $60,000 pickup truck in two $20,000 mowers, and you try to explain that to someone of, I'm running around with $1 million in insurance. What does he have? Well, we don't know. They don't care.
They don't
Probably
care.
zero.
It's
That's
not
exactly
keeping
right.
them up at night.
That's
They're
exactly
just all right.
Yeah, they just
Boo-hoo for you.
Yeah, they want the cheapest person who's going to show up and do it.
And maybe the job's not as nice as yours, but it's good enough.
That's exactly right.
Because it's cheaper.
That's cheap.
Doesn't always work.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Doesn't always work.
No.
So, in this year, did you have any challenges, any setbacks, or did everything kind of run smooth? Which, if you say smooth, you're probably lying, because no one runs smooth.
I will not lie to you guys. Why? Because Mike's probably got a little lie detector over here.
He's graphing your eyes right now.
I am in the polygraph unit.
He's graphing your eyes.
They say between year 3 and 5 is one of the most difficult in the business world. I'm on year 4, and it hasn't been a battle, but there have been a lot of challenges and setbacks. One of the things is, I know we're coming up to a presidential election. Listen, I don't care who you vote for. That is none of my business. I showed up to a job site one time, and I was getting the equipment off the trailer, and one guy said, "So, who'd you vote for in the last election?" I was like, "Sir, I don't talk politics. If you want to talk about the weather, money, anything else, I'm not talking politics." He goes, "Well, I really want to know who you voted for." And I started loading up.
Start putting everything back on.
Yeah. And he goes, "What are you doing?" And I was like, I'm leaving. He goes, "What do you mean?" It's like, "I don't talk politics." And I said, "It doesn't have any place with this, what we're doing." And he was like, "Oh, man, I'm really sorry." He goes, "I didn't know that you really, And I said, I don't do politics. After the first presidential debate, I lost a whole neighborhood. I had a whole neighborhood call and say, one of the guys in the cul-de-sac, he bought a lawnmower and he's going to mow everyone's lawn.
Why?
I think
Is there a reason behind it, or?
I think a lot of people are starting to wheel the money in right now that they don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's a scary thing.
Yeah, they're really, really being real conservative right now, wheeling a lot of things in.
Not to go into us, but we're feeling the same thing. So it's they say it always happens, though, even coming up to usually an election or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes people start, because everybody always thinks different.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter what side you're on at all, because that side thinks one way, you think one way, and they're both doing the same thing.
That's exactly right.
They're both waiting for something.
That's exactly right. And I'm not going to lie, I know some people that have some different political views than I do. I take their signs out of the yard, I put them on their doorstep. Once I'm done, I put the signs back where they were, and I move on just to make sure, because I see their neighbors watching me when I show up well, what's this guy going to do with the signs? Listen, I take them up. Why? She pays her bill, and she's a great customer.
Yeah.
And she's giving me more work.
Yeah.
So you know what? Signs come out, signs go back.
I'm not whacking around that it's cleaner like this.
That's exactly right.
Get the nice line in it. You're messing up my lines.
Actually, they are where the signs are.
Yeah. So what keeps you motivated, to get up out of bed and go to work every day? This way our listeners could understand what it takes to run a business and do all that.
This is actually a side hustle for me, kind of like y'all. I'm a career firefighter. I'm actually an engineer with the fire department, so I drive everyone there. I got to get them water, things like that, operate the vehicle. You want a better life. You want a better life for your family. I hate for this to sound bad, but I want to make sure that they want for nothing. If they need things, the money's there, and I'm able to provide that for them. And it's a little bit of the thrill of, can I make this work? Starting from watching videos on YouTube during COVID to, really? He got a blower and a mower and a weed eater, and he went out and started something. Can I make this work? Can I grow it? Can it be successful? Everybody has a little bit of a different definition of success. So
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what equipment you're using out in the field when you're cutting equipment, why you like that equipment a little bit.
All right. I drive a Dodge. I know a bunch of people are going to get into the Ford, Chevy, Dodge, whatever. Listen, I like it. It works. It's comfortable. It's got those air-conditioned seats. In the summer, those are real nice, and I'm not going to lie, the heated steering wheel, it's not because I'm old. It's because my hands are cold. I run an open trailer just because that's what works for me. We use Wright mowers. Since it's YellowDog, we use yellow mowers. So you want to equate something to a brand. When we show up, YellowDog's using a yellow mower.
Right.
Echo products, Steel products, some Red Max products. I got a little hodgepodge. Started with one dealer, realized that dealer was a little out of my route, went with a new dealer that is within my route, that when I'm driving my route, I pass my dealer.
That's great.
I walk in there, and the first words out of their mouth are, YellowDog.
They love it.
Yeah, they do.
That's awesome.
You have great branding.
Yeah, thank you.
I think we talked about this on another episode. Your branding's great. Just a quick recap on for people who haven't listened before. How did you come up with that branding? I remember the story.
Yeah, couldn't really figure out a name. Knew I wanted to do something. I wanted it to be something no one else had. And my kids have a yellow lab and a chocolate lab. And we were sitting there playing one day, and I was talking to my son about it, and my daughter's putting in her 2 cents. We're going back and forth, and my kid's yellow lab came up and dropped a tennis ball at my feet. And my son goes, "Daddy, what about YellowDog Lawn Care?" I was like, okay. And I was like, well, and I thought about it. I was like, no one else has a YellowDog. I've seen Black Dog Lawn Care, and they got a black lab, and I was like, YellowDog. That seems to work. So that became a little bit of an issue because the YellowDog is with my ex-wife and her husband and the kids, and she called one day and was like, "Hey, just want to let you know, can you not use Sadie for your marketing?" I was like, "Oh, no." And she goes, "Well, that's kind of our dog." So, yeah, and I was like, well, there might be some royalties or some rights, and I could see that going.
Here's $20.
There's some royalties.
Yeah, and I could see it going into court and this and that back and forth. And it was ironic because my girlfriend has he is a golden doodle. So I was like,
Yellow.
And I was like, and I kind of looked at him and I was like, "You want to be YellowDog?" And he kind of looked at me with that inquisitive look on his face, like, "Huh?"
Do I?
So now Bentley is the face of YellowDog.
That's great.
Yeah.
I remember the story with the wife.
Yeah, ex-wife.
Ex-wife. Well, we know it's ex-wife.
And then remember the one guy kept calling you. Can you tell a story again about he wanted to get his dog with your dog?
Yeah.
And you're like,
I remember that. You're like, this guy's weird.
He called. I run a very tight, very tight route. In Nashville it's a metropolitan, so it encompasses all of Davidson County. He was at the other end of Davidson County, and he called and he goes, "Hey, I want you to come up, and I want an estimate on mowing and this and that." I was like, "Okay," and I got his address. Like, "Sir, I don't service that area." He goes, "I got a YellowDog," and I was like, "Okay, great." And he goes, No, I don't think you understand. I got a YellowDog. You can bring your YellowDog, and he can play with my YellowDog while you work, and they can have and the YellowDogs can be out there. I was like, "Sir, I don't go to that area." And all of a sudden, I hear arguing in the background, and he's talking to his wife, going, "He won't come here. he won't bring YellowDog, but we have a YellowDog, but he won't bring his YellowDog. He says we're not in his area. But you need to bring your YellowDog to play with my YellowDog. And I was like, sir, this don't
You're
work.
the wife in the back. Ethel, he said he won't come. You tell him.
So now you lost a customer out of your area, though.
That's exactly right. And I was like, sir, I got some great, referrals in that area. He goes, well, do they have dogs? I was like, sir, I don't know. And I was like, I don't know. Call him and ask. Well, and I was like, I know the one guy likes to fish. You like to fish? He'll probably go fishing with you.
Really?
Yeah, huh? And he goes,
You're trying to pivot off.
That's exactly right. And I was like, you like to fish? You like going to the lake? I know they like doing stuff like that.
Yeah, he's close. He's close to it.
You're pulling him off on this other guy.
That's exactly. I didn't know what else to do to get him off the phone.
Yeah, he calls the other company. He's like, hey, I need you to come cut my lawn. Also, do you fish?
What would be weird is if the guy moved next door to him 3 years later so he could cut his lawn.
All right,
I'm your neighbor now, YellowDog.
Do you remember me?
Remember me?
Actually, my neighbors are nothing to do with anything close to the trades. Nothing close to the trades. I played Texas Hold'em with some of the guys.
Cool.
And we went around and tell everybody what we did. And one guy, he's a chief financial officer for a company. Another guy does something big with hotels. Another guy does something else. They're like, so what do you do? I was like, I'm a firefighter and I mow some lawns. And they're like, oh, you're the one with the lawn mowers. I was like, yeah. So I don't really ever have to worry about that.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, I was saying that the guy might move next to you with the YellowDog. This Vegas service his lawn. He probably looked you up on media. Oh, house went for sale, honey. Let's go by over there, buy that house.
God, I hope not.
What you've been to Equip?
Yes.
What number is this for you?
This is, I think, 4.
Same for us.
Yes.
What do you? And I feel like the theme for us changes every year about what we're doing. Year one we were like, okay, we need to focus on. We want to look at different aerators, and then next year, okay, we know what's what. But then what are you hoping to get out of it this year?
Let's see. Year one, I was blown away.
Yeah.
Completely underestimated the size of everything here and who all was here. Year one was kind of a blur I agree. I was this small little guy, and it was, walking into this massive thing. It was overwhelming. Year two, I came in with a specific purpose of a CRM.
Right.
Of I'm going to sit down with Jobber, Lawn Buddy, LMN, and I'm going to lay them all out on the table and be like, here's my business. Do you fit in there? What works for me?
Right, yeah.
And I needed to find out what worked for me, not for anybody else, just for me. And I had one CRM be like, we want your business. You're not the right size for us yet.
Right.
We want you when you're bigger. But right now,
you're not for us.
Yes.
And we're not for you.
That's exactly
right. Which is good that they're honest like that. Because, I mean, anybody could take your money, but they don't want it to be bad money.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, they were straight up honest, and I greatly appreciate that. Year two, we came in looking for year three was some new equipment, wanted to find out what was going to work, what we like. This is a place to test drive it, what feels good for me, what's going to fit in. This year is just kind of feeling some things out, saying thank you to a lot of people, giving away some T-shirts, kind of like a little time away to recharge, maybe focus, talk to some of my lighting vendors and be like, hey, listen, your class was phenomenal. I want to take it again. These are the questions I have. These are the questions that are being asked of me. I want to make sure that you understand what I'm hearing to pass on to you guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's great. I mean, I feel like the first year we came, it's the same thing. We're all over the place.
Yes.
And we had no purpose, of where to go. Yeah. And then year two, we kind of figured it out, we could do this one day, go where we have to go outside and sample the stuff we want to sample. Mm-hmm. Then we start moving more into, the education part of it, which, we talked about in the last podcast, which was, better than anything.
Yes.
For us, learning, seeing all that stuff is great when you know what you want to see, because it's there's so much here.
Oh, yeah.
But if you could kind of cut it down and get more educated and everything, that's kind of what we pivoted towards.
Yeah.
And moving into more like the networking stuff too. It's like just meeting more people, talking to more people now.
Yes.
And it used to be like, okay, LAL Fullerton's event was that.
Yes.
This was that. But now, tying it into Naylor's event this time, and like it's becoming more of yes, I love the equipment, but I love the camaraderie, the fellowship, the collaboration.
The equipment's only going to take you so far.
Right.
When you're sitting down with other business owners and being like, hey, listen, I've tried this. This does not work.
Right.
This does not work.
Right.
It might work for you in your market, but it didn't for me. And let me tell you why. This is the raw data. These are the numbers. The longer I have been in business and I've incorporated Social Media Girl, which I'm going to need a new one next year because she's going to college.
Right.
Where we don't know, but I'm going to need someone to handle my social media next year.
Yep.
Sitting down, having a good accountant.
Yep.
When she sits down and says, listen, your profit margin last month, 30%. Okay, that's great. That's not where I want it to be. And have her saying, well, what do you want it to be? It's like, well, I want more. You have to look at, what's it going to incorporate to get more in that profit margin. And this is where you come to talk to people about that.
Yep.
Once you get past all the shiny bells and whistles and you sit down and figure out what's working for them, what's working for you, what's not working for everyone else, see how that intertwines.
Right.
It's great.
Awesome.
Well, how can people find you on social media?
Oh, you can find us on all the platforms. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter and TikTok, which I don't know a darn thing about TikTok, but
Me neither.
thank God the media girl does. Find us all over the webs. YellowDog Lawn Care is how you find us. Find us on a website, YellowDogLawn.com. Going to go through, like I said, a rebranding, do a lot of things different, change up some stuff, kind of give 2 focus areas, and really stay in our lane. That's the big thing. Stay in our lane.
Perry, it's always good catching up with you.
It's good seeing you.
Will I see you at LAL?
This year, unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Just did a little moved
Right.
recently, so
You got a lot going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Especially when I walked into the bathroom yesterday and there was no toilet.
Right. Yeah.
So
you
it's
got to get priorities straight.
it's like we got toilets in the house, just not in that bathroom.
Yes.
I
We
mean,
got work to do.
Exactly. The
You
tile,
shouldn't be at LAL. You shouldn't be in that toilet.
the tile looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, the paint. I think they're coming into paint within the next few days.
Nice.
But it's one of those. It's just little things, little by little. And when we bought the house, the people left everything. When I mean everything,
Everything.
It was like TVs on the wall, furniture. Oh yeah. I was like, ooh.
They just didn't take it?
It was. They used it as an Airbnb rental for them.
Okay.
Yeah, so they didn't need any of the
didn't need
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay. And it was little things trying to figure out, like, so where's our internet service? And it was, we don't have internet, so we had to get one of those Elon Musk Starlink things.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
Elon's got it figured out with that thing.
Oh, that thing's yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah, you open the box and I was like, there's 4 parts, and you follow the little app and it.
And now you have internet.
Oh yeah, it's great.
That's badass.
Yeah, it's great. I mean,
Yeah.
super cool with
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
I mean, it's awesome. But yeah, won't be at LAL this year. I did buy a ticket. I sent Brian a message and I was like, man, I want you to give the ticket away to someone.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Give it to someone who, new in business, wants to go, emails you, can't afford a ticket.
Yeah.
Listen, I get so much out of this stuff. Let me give back with something.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I mean, just sharing and creating this community, right?
Yeah. Speaking of sharing, hey, you guys from Jersey, where's the bagels under the table?
I know.
on.
We should have flew them in.
Oh, man, hot water bagels.
Hot water
Golly. That would've been
That's
great.
so my friend moved from New Jersey to Nashville, and she says she's like, the bread is just different.
Oh no, the bread's horrible. I mean, I don't mean to call it what it is, but it's for some reason crossing that Mason-Dixon line. something changes.
I think it's the water.
Yeah.
It's the water.
Yeah.
100% the water.
Pizza. There is a spot in Nashville though. I did watch, Portnoy, Dave Portnoy, who does the pizza reviews. There's a really good spot in Nashville that I want to check out. But we didn't bring the bagels. We dropped the ball.
That's okay. That's okay. You didn't bring the bagels. I didn't bring the dogs. So,
right.
Well,
Perry, thank you for coming on. It's
you're welcome.
awesome, and I love catching up with you every time we can. So I hope you have a great show. Find out what you're looking for, and wish you all the success with the rebrand.
Sounds great.
Yeah, man. Find that lighting.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, we'll kick it back to Mr. Producer. Catch you guys on the next one.